Happy Monday, LinkedIn friends, and welcome to CI in 5. The purpose? To get your week started off on the good foot, guiding and empowering new CI professionals looking to find their way, and providing a spark to seasoned practitioners who have lost the love and feeling. The challenge? Your favorite lean thinkers sum up what continuous improvement means to them in 5 minutes or less, and in 5 words or less. Think of it kind of like a kata geek going on a speed date. I know, right? This is gonna be fun. Let's do this. Crystal Davis, thank you for being here on CI in 5 today.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, if you don't know Crystal, why not? She is an internationally known speaker. She is a consultant. She is a coach. She's been doing business process improvement for right around 20 years. We're so thankful to have her here today, and we'll get you all her contact information at the end. But of course, we heard you do CI in 5. So Crystal, what is your CI in 5?
Here we go. So what I came up with is do good, change for better. Think about why have I been so centered around people, the people-centric aspect of lean and also leadership. And that's why I'm wearing my shirt today, Lead Lean. It's because I think about the root word lean in terms of the action, it being an action verb, right? And when I think about leadership and leaders, I don't think about it from a place of what position a person holds, right? I think about it from the ability to influence. I think about it from the ability to bring out the best in others, to show up and support others. And so when I think about that, when I think about the approach of what we do from a lean perspective, do good, and then encourage people to change for better. In the late 90s, I was working in a factory where the quality was very poor, our delivery was very poor. Our customer had threatened us with new business holes. So essentially, if you don't get it together, if you can't get your quality and delivery together, we're going to have to source this to someone else. The plant manager basically decided that we were going to do everything we could to give it a try to turn things around. And he did so in a way that was inclusive. He said, we got these books, let's read, let's put our heads together, let's collaborate. I learned basically that it was his leadership and willingness to trust and to try and to experiment. So it was that leadership that I later realized upon reflecting was the one pivotal thing that drew me in. I felt inclusive in meaningful work.
I'm wondering if you could give someone like myself who's got just a couple of years in the continuous improvement field some advice or guidance on how to continue in their practice.
So when I thought about how I approach things and how I approach people and how I approach lean, I drew this. And so this is Simon Sinek's circle. He says, we always start with the what. So in the what of lean, we always start with the tools and the process. Right? But then we also often wonder why the organization doesn't latch on, why we can't have real impactful and sustainable and cultural change. Because a lot of times we haven't identified the why. What is the purpose? Why are we doing this? And so the red arrow means we start from the outside and we try to work into the why. But if we start with the why and work outward, right? Now it's not about lean. I always tell people, don't make lean a thing. Think inward out, always. And it leads you to the right result.
Now, if you've got someone who's maybe on the other end of the spectrum, someone who's been in continuous improvement for years, or someone who's maybe even been practicing for a while, but is just stuck with their practice, what kind of encouragement or advice would you give them kind of spark their practice again?
When I think about the work that I do with clients, this opportunity to speak with you, I could just show up and I could talk a lot, right? I think about your 90-second clip that you do every day. It's about living on purpose. It's about purpose. So then why would I just show up and just give you something? I think about in everything, what's the why?
So I can tell that you have a lot of joy in your practice, but what brings you the most joy in your continuous improvement practice?
When people that I've been working with have that aha moment, and then they have multiple aha moments. And the things that I push and push and push and push finally start to resonate. And and what that does, and the reason why I enjoy that, is because that's when I start to see them grow and blossom, and then I start to see them duplicate and replicate that and then they start to see other people grow and blossom.
Again, just some such great stuff. Man, I could talk to you for hours, but unfortunately we only have 5 minutes. That's right. So thank you so much for being here. Again, if you all want to be in touch with Crystal, we'll give you all the information for getting in touch with her on LinkedIn, her website, all the great work she's doing with the Root Cause Racism Project. Man, again, we could talk for hours, but thank you once again, Crystal, for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Sam. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Thanks for joining me for CI in 5, the place for you to jumpstart your week and energize you along your continuous improvement journey. So what about you? What's your CI in 5? Would love to hear from you in the comments section below, and of course would sure appreciate it if you would like, tag, share, or connect, and feel free to join me on my daily journey of 90 Second Purpose, the place where I share with you my purpose, intent, and action for the day, and reflect on the previous day's intent and action. Again, 90 Second Purpose is the place to be. Until next week, where you join me with another one of your favorite lean thinkers, stay calm and Kaizen.